Welcome, everybody. John Zager. How's everybody doing today? Good? Good. So, been to the gym twice today already. Still early morning. Second cup of coffee, real coffee. Up pretty much all night since 11. Went to the gym at 11. Did some blogging when I came back and parked. Been busy. Been just trying to get back into, being healthy. That's it, just being healthy. Nothing more than that. There's no magic to it. Just got to put in the time and that sort of thing. But I'm trying a new setup for the phone. This looks good. Not sure if it will be, but we're going to leave it this way for right now. So, observation. This is just observation of whatnot. It's my observation. It probably means nothing to you, and probably is insignificant. What's up with that? What's the point? So I walk around, travel around during the day, interact at different, stores, clubs, with various people. I do a lot of research. And there's a distinction with what's the point. I'll give you an example. My example, pick one of your own, it doesn't matter. Joe Rogan. He's kind of a stumbling idiot when you compare him next to Elon Musk. And I think Elon Musk even said to him eye to eye, right up in front of each other. He says, you have no bandwidth. You have no flippin' bandwidth. You're no fun to talk to. You're not interesting. You have no intellectual capacity. That's bandwidth. And he just sat there and insulted Joe Rogan, right? And Joe really didn't deny it. He doesn't have the mental makeup of Elon Musk. What's the point? The point is he wants to believe he's better than he is, number one. Number two, he's fooled enough people to make a lot of money doing that podcast. He runs it the way he wants to run it, which is filthy with his mouth. Drinks whiskey openly and smokes dope on the podcast. What's the point? You're an awful, did I say awful role model? They ought to just kick your ass off of there because you're such a douchebag. The only thing I'll give you is that people come on that show that may have a topic. You don't know anything about the topic. You've probably the night before read up as fast as you can to try to sound like you're somewhat knowledgeable about something, but you're not. What's the point? You see yourself differently than who you really are. You just see yourself differently than who you are. That's the point of why you get up every morning. I don't hear you talk about love, nurturance, caring for family. I don't even know if you have a family. I don't believe you would be the type that would have a wife of any kind that would stick around with you. But what's the point? That's your point, is that you see yourself differently than who we know you are. That's the reason you get up in the morning. That's the reason you do what you do. You're motivated by that money that you fooled everybody into. I don't have that. I don't have that at all. Nothing. I live in lack. I'd like to not live in lack, but I live in lack. Lack is just another word for poverty. I sleep in the back of my truck. So, there's an old couple walking down the street. You know, they live in a senior center where they're free to walk around the grounds, around the neighborhood, around the block, or whatever have you, and appears that, you know, kids certainly don't come over, grandkids don't come over. He has her and she has him, and they're forced to have each other. That's the point. That's all they've got. There is nothing left. It's all behind them. What's the point? There is no point. It's a time machine. When are you going to die? When are you going to die? What am I going to do when you die? What am I going to do when you die? There is no point. There is no point. Go to the grocery store. There's 1,000 examples like this. I actually was at the grocery store this morning, and there was an elderly old couple shopping, and the guy was reading. I think they were working on corn or something, shucking corn. And of course, he presented himself as an authority on shucking corn to his elderly wife, both of which are dying, that have no point. I don't even know what they're doing buying corn. They probably can't even digest corn. Don't know. Are they nice people? Of course they're nice people. Is Joe Rogan a nice person? Of course. Joe Rogan is a nice person. The elderly couple have a vision of who they're not. We've been together for 40 years. We loved each other dearly. We will hate to see one or the other go. Our families have abandoned us. We're alone. All we have is us. But we're getting by. What's the point you're getting by? What's the fucking point you're getting by? What the hell does that mean? You're 87 years old. What do you mean you're getting by? Go sit in the chair over there and die, will you? Quit bothering us. Joe Rogan, on the other hand, is an asshole, right? He wants to put it in your face. I'll go sit in this chair with a microphone and some headphones on, and I'm going to give it back to you right in your face. Wow. What's the point? There's middle-aged people that don't have a point. I watch middle-aged people in the neighborhood. You know, there's apartment complexes, and they all have some stupid-ass looking dog that hates them to death, but has to be walked. And you can just see the dogs dread walking with these people because they have no wherewithal or compassion or bandwidth to understand the dog's emotional makeup. But they drag the dog's ass up and down the block and around the corner. But what's the point? What's the point of doing that? You're just giving that dog a miserable life. And you have a vision that you're marvelous. Or you have a vision that you're depressed. And this dog will bring you out of your depression. Oh my God. What's the point? What's the point? You're angry, you're bitter, you're upset. You're obsessed with bullshit. What's the point? I'm going to answer that in these 3 generic scenarios, right? And we could come up with 100 generic scenarios where you could ask, what's the point? Why is this person or these people even existing? Because their vision, they envision the answers out here. My daughter, my son, my grandkids will come and make me happy. No. The dogs walking or dragging them on the leash will make me happy. No. If I envision myself as marvelous, I'll have a purpose, meaning, and a value. No. 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 Here's the answer. Pretty simple, straight up. Here's a guy walking his dog. His dog is leaning on a 45-degree angle away from his owner, right? Because he dreads, just dreads having to be part of this bullshit. Now he's wanting to go with the other 2 people who just walked down the street, and the owner is dragging his ass. Dragging his ass. Couldn't turn him around, so the owner decided, I guess I better go in the direction the dog's going. What's the point? Why don't you go home, put the dog back in the house, go get in your car and drive it into a wall of cumulus granite and kill yourself? Just put yourself out of misery, mister. Look at now, he's dragging the dog down that way, and the dog just wants to be around anybody on the sidewalk other than this owner. What's the point? The owner has no idea. He believes that the answer is the dog that he's walking. Boy, here's the answer. Breathe in, breathe out, move on. Meditate. Meditate. Stop the world that you're in. Whoever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever you think you are doing, stop. Quiet. Breathe. Bring your breath down as shallow can be. Allow your brain cells, your neurons, your mind, your brain to shut off. You are of no significance. You are of no value. In order to deal with the emotions and feelings and inadequacies and deficiencies and not having a point, you have to go inside. You just have to go inside. If you get nothing, you got something. Go back and do it again. And if you got nothing again, you got something. You keep shutting your brain down until the neurons change and a new thought, a new vision, a new feeling, a new purpose, a new meaning, a new what the point surfaces, and you do it again. And if you don't get it, do it again, and again, and again, and again. I think that one of the best things a person can do is retreat from humanity. Just retreat. You have no point in being here until you go inward and find it. God bless everybody. Take care of one another, and I'll look forward to talking to you all again real soon. Thanks a lot. See you. Bye.